Imagine you walk into a store with no cash. You see a $2,000 television. You can't afford it. But then someone says, "Don't worry, just put it on the card." So you do. At first, nothing feels different. You walk out with the TV, the store gets paid, and you feel like you just got something for free. But you didn't. You borrowed the money. And that's where the trap begins. Because the most powerful part of a credit card isn't the ability to buy something you can't afford. It's how easy the debt is to ignore. And Americans are doing this at an enormous scale. In the first quarter of 2026, U.S. consumers held about $1.25 trillion in credit card balances. Total household debt reached roughly $18.8 trillion. Federal Reserve Bank of New York. But here's the strange part. Credit cards weren't designed to make people feel trapped. They were designed to make spending easier. And that single idea created one of the biggest money machines in modern America. So how does it actually work?
Imagine a guy named Jake. His bank gives him a $5,000 credit limit. At first, he's responsible. Gas, groceries, a few small purchases. Then he sees a $1,200 phone. He doesn't have $1,200, but his credit card does. So he swipes. Nothing happens. No alarm, no warning, just approved. And that's what makes credit so powerful. The money doesn't feel borrowed until the bill arrives. Jake opens his statement. $2,400 owed. He can't pay all of it. Then he sees something much smaller. Minimum payment, $75. Suddenly, $2,400 doesn't feel like $2,400. It feels like $75. So he pays the minimum. But the remaining balance doesn't disappear. Interest can continue accumulating, according to the card's terms. And now something strange happens. Jake isn't really paying for what he bought anymore. He's paying for the cost of carrying yesterday's spending into tomorrow. And the bank? That's where the business model gets interesting. A credit card company can make money from different parts of the ecosystem. Customers who carry balances may pay interest. Transactions can generate fees across the payment system. And rewards encourage customers to keep using their cards. Cashback, travel points, discounts. It sounds like the bank is giving you money back. But there's a reason those rewards exist. They want you to keep swiping. Because if a $20 reward encourages you to spend hundreds more than you otherwise would, that reward can be a very small price to pay for your business. But there's an even bigger psychological trick. Without a credit card, you might ask, can I afford this? With a large credit limit, the question quietly becomes, can I afford the monthly payment? Those are completely different questions. A $1,000 purchase feels painful, but $50 a month? That feels manageable. And suddenly, something you couldn't afford feels affordable. That's why credit isn't just about mathematics. It's about psychology. The problem starts when people repeatedly spend more than they can repay. Balances grow, interest adds up, payments consume more of the monthly budget. And eventually, debt starts competing with things people actually need. The scale is enormous. The New York Fed reported roughly $1.25 trillion in U.S. credit card balances in Q1 2026, while total household debt reached about $18.8 trillion. And behind that giant number aren't just statistics. They're millions of individual purchases. A phone, a vacation, a dinner, a car repair. One swipe at a time. Credit cards aren't bad, but your credit limit isn't your money. It's borrowed money from your future. The card doesn't make you richer. It lets you spend tomorrow's income today. And that's the real credit card trap.